What's up, everybody? Hope you all are doing well. It's been a minute. I know. It has been a minute, but I'm about to explain everything. If you're new here, welcome. I am Davina Shirley, and as I just said, it's been some time. The last time I came to y'all, I was breaking down Sinners, the movies. Yeah, that's the last time y'all saw me. That was like in April, like that last week of April, if I'm not mistaken. And so a lot has been going on in between then and now. And so I'm just going to talk. I have nothing planned, nothing written out, but I said I need to talk to my people. Okay. I need to come on here and kind of tell y'all what's been going on with moi. Where should I start? I came in here and try to record. I was literally sitting in front of my computer for about 3 hours. No lie. Trying to get out this message that I had been sitting on for about 2 or 3 weeks. I was going over my notes and I said, yeah, I think today's the day for me to talk about this. And so I come in here ready, prepared, and nothing was coming out. It was not coming out right. It just was like the wording, nothing was coming out of my mouth correctly. And I was stopping recording, stopping recording, stopping recording. And I was sitting here and I stopped and I said, Lord, I was praying. I was like, Lord, what's going on? Let me say this first before I continue on. That whole week prior to me trying to record, I was getting spiritually attacked. I've confirmed this. I've talked to people of counsel, okay, wise counsel about this. So they have confirmed, yeah, you were definitely going through some spiritual warfare, which for all the saints, for all the saints' sake, let me say, my spiritual warfare had nothing to do with me going to see sinners. Let me just say that right now because I can already feel. See, that's why you shouldn't have went to go see them. I can already feel it. So, but let me make it very clear. My spiritual warfare had nothing to do with that. That whole week where I was getting attacked, I was reading Songs of Solomon. Okay, I do my Bible study right before bed most days, and so I was reading it every night, a chapter, and every night I was going to sleep and I was having a dream of a perverted sexual experience that did not fall under lines of what I was reading. Y'all have heard me talk about my sexual experiences. Y'all have heard me talk about how I battled with this for a very long time just because of trauma and all the things that I've experienced around sex. And so this year, I said, I'm not going to just keep talking about this. I got to do something different if this is still becoming an issue. And a situation led me into sex therapy, which has been very, very helpful. And it has revealed a whole bunch. And I've talked about it briefly in between videos and stuff like that. So I won't rehash all of that. But this is just an area that I know God is freeing me from. Like, period. The devil is on notice. Like, I am growing it and being pruned in ways in this time, which I'll get into that deeper, that he is not happy with. And so he is trying to use whatever he can, which he's used this tool a lot and it hasn't been working. That's the testimony in it all. It hasn't been working. Okay, because I still pick up my Bible every day. I still say my prayers and I am still seeking God every single day in order to fight off what the devil is trying to hold me back from and try to keep me in bondage from, okay? And so when it came to recording and I was struggling, I said, okay, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing but the devil trying to stop me from speaking, because I've already expressed to y'all, like, this whole speaking journey of mine, the landing page that is up for me for speaking engagements and stuff like that is up. And like, even that was a struggle, like, for me to do it, because I just, usually when I'm passionate about something and I'm like, oh, I need to do it, I'll do it and I'll lay it out. If you've been watching me, you know how that tracks, okay? What I'm saying tracks. Um, but with this speaking stuff, I was just like, I don't know. And then when it came to content, I already knew God told me from coming off the sabbatical that not that I was doing this before, because I really don't feel like I was doing this. I'm never a performative person, okay? I always came on here to give y'all something, but I feel like I am a consistent person. This has been the most inconsistent I have been with content or with anything for that matter, for that matter in my life. Okay. And I just feel like God has disrupted a whole lot because again, he is calling me higher. He is positioning me or and preparing me to go to another level. And so there are still urges in me that makes me be like, man, I need to put something out. I need to do this. I need to do that. It's the do part. I never felt like a performative person, like coming on here like because I have to, because I'm chasing likes or nothing like that. Look, go back to my history. Go back to my videos. I get views. Don't let the numbers fool you, or the lack of likes or comments fool you. I do get views, and to me, that's all I need. Okay, that's all I need, because if anybody comes across my page, this video or anything like that, then I just see it as a blessing. Like whatever, if I came across your page, then I hope that you're listening, because obviously it's something that you need to hear, and hopefully it's something that catches your attention, that encourages you, motivates you, and uplifts you. That's my whole dealio. I don't chase likes. I don't chase comments. I don't chase any of that type stuff. Okay, I'm a very intentional person, and so I don't just come up on here just to say whatever. Okay, even in this, like I told you, like I don't have no script. I ain't got no notes. I ain't got nothing right now. I'm just speaking from the heart, and I'm intentional with it though. I'm very intentional with what is coming out of my mouth, because I don't want to mislead or misguide anyone, especially when you're talking about God, Jesus, spiritual things, and everything like that. I don't want to misrepresent what God wants me to say and do. I say all that to say that I thought that the devil was attacking me. And he was, but I was saying like he's really attacking my voice, because this goes back to a dream I had. And if you don't understand, if you need some more clarity, please go back to the sabbatical series that I did at the top of the year. It'll make sense. But as the weeks have gone by, like I was sick, and then, school for students just wrapped up this past week, and we got graduation next week. So I've been busy healing, trying to get better, as well as battling like what am I supposed to be doing right now? And that's on a whole bunch of levels, just not with content. It's just like nothing in my life right now is lining up. It's just like nothing's lining up. And I'm just like, well, what are we doing, Lord? It's like this is very uncomfortable. And yet, I'm still growing in ways that I'm just like amazed by myself. I'm just like, Jesus, you're doing all this for me? Like grace and mercy. Just grace and mercy. Just thank you. Um and so it's like there is no plan. I know some things that he is doing and preparing me for. However, there are just logical things, like stuff that I'm just still sitting in the waiting. My therapist said that I'm dealing with tension. She said sacred tension, but I'm just going to say tension. She gave me the imagery as I have closed the door to an old version of me, but yet the door that's in front of me has yet to open. And so I'm in the middle, and I'm dealing with whatever this tension in the dark in this hallway is bringing, right? I think I've just gotten to a place, because I scroll Instagram, I scroll TikTok. Those are the main two platforms I be on. I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, but I don't be scrolling on there like that. Um, but as I was, trying to figure out where I'm at with content, right? God is allowing me to see all these things, stuff that's being said, and trust me, there's been a lot going on in the social media worlds, okay, that I could speak on. But I just want to say this, like, I saw one that caught my attention, and in this video, I'm sorry I didn't catch the name, but if this is you, I guess thank you. He was just expressing how we work Monday through Friday, 8 hours, sometimes longer, right? Then we have a Saturday and we have to run all our errands, do things, go support family, go to the games, whatever the case may be, right? And then on Sunday, we're supposed to rest. We're supposed to rest, but yet we are anxious and dreading the upcoming week. We're already planning for our next week. And it's just like, when does the cycle end? And I was doing some work or some like research, I should say, on like homeschooling and how young you can start online schools and stuff like that. Because me personally, again, preparing for what God is preparing me for, I'm like, if I have a child, I've always said this, I want them to be homeschooled. And then maybe once they reach a certain age, grade level, then I will transition them to online if it comes to that. But I want my kids homeschool, okay? Especially in those early years, okay? Because I want to instill in them the core values and the beliefs and systems that I want them to know, not nobody else. So that's just something that I've always known at a very young age that I wanted to do. Even with the school, like, you go to school for a certain amount of time, Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday again you have your it's just the same side they teach us to do. And then you got your tests and all these ACTs and all these things that you got to do, right? And so I'm just thinking, I'm just like, we have been programmed all our life to do, okay? We have been programmed all our life to do. And I feel like the thought that came to mind to me is that we are not human beings. We are humans doing. And that's why we feel like we always have to perform and always have to be on, because even when we're human beings now with social media, we want to record that too. When we're just supposed to be. We're supposed to just enjoy the concert without our phones. We're supposed to enjoy each other's company without our phones and without recording and pressing play. And I just came to the conclusion, and this is my thoughts. Okay, so this is how I think. Okay, that's why it's not like structured or anything like that, but it's just like I came to the conclusion that I don't want to be a human doing anymore. Yes, faith without works is dead, and I am willing to do anything that I need to do in order to push me to that next level. But are we doing it? But why are we doing it? That's the question. Why are we doing it? Are we doing it because it's something that is towards our purpose, towards what we are called to do, towards of making a difference for other people, serving others, or is it out of self-serving and only to be more popular, get more likes, get more followers, all these stuff? Why are you doing what you're doing? That's the real question. Why are you doing what you're doing? And so, again, going back to my conclusion, I just said I'm tired of being a human that's doing, and I want to be a human that's being. And with that thought, I was just like, okay, so how does this work now with content and with what I'm trying to do with speaking and all that type stuff? And I've always uh, related to the idea of relational evangelism, whereas face to face connection, relationships with people that I can just, I can intentionally pour into them and get poured back into, you know, as well, and serve them and stuff like that. And I do that through mentoring and just, you know, even in my friendships and just being a person that people can come to talk to and lean on. And but I just feel like I need more face to face instead of face to camera. I need more face to face engagement, and I was just thinking like, what can I do? What does that look like? And I had an idea. I don't know if I really should share it at this point. um, but I had an idea. I'll just say that I had an idea of how to get people together and everything like that, and I was just like, it's a great idea. I feel like it could work. However, being that I'm going to be likely, highly, high chance, very much so, leaving out of Denver, Colorado, um, by next year, this time. Okay, by the end of the school year, next year. Um, I was like, I don't want to start something like this and then have to leave. I just don't feel like that would be stewarding what God had dropped in me. So I said, it's a great idea, but maybe it's not it doesn't need to be executed right now. So I put that off to the side. And if God wants me to speak, the opportunities will come. Like things that have just been coming up in my mind, the doors will open for that. And so I just said, okay, God, I'm just going to leave it in your hands. And when you tell me to speak, I will speak how I've been speaking and use my platform as such. And so that's basically what has been going down as far as like content with me lately. I said in that sabbatical series that this year it's going to be a lot of behind the scenes things that is going on, and I didn't believe it as strongly as I do now because I'm in it. It's not that I'm sad about it, it's just that I'm, you know, when you're used to doing something, it's hard to get out of that habit. Especially with me being here in Denver, I've done so much, whether people want to recognize it or not. I've done a whole bunch. I've done a lot throughout my time here, and so the fact that I've just kind of stopped and haven't been on anything like haven't been on nothing, haven't been promoting nothing, haven't been trying to get people together, haven't been doing a whole bunch of stuff that I've done in previous years. It's just like, okay, yeah, God is really stopping me from doing anything right now. And so I have to be obedient. I talk about OCD, obedient consistency and discipline. Well, it's a different OCD that you're seeing. It's not the obedience, consistency, and discipline in my content and giving y'all stuff every week. It is the obedience, consistency, and discipline with prayer, being in my word, being um being obedient to what he's telling me to do, with stepping back and not feeling like I always have to say something. Okay. It says be quick to hear, not be quick to speak. Okay. It says be quick to hear and listen, not to be quick to speak. Okay. And so that's what I'm doing. It's different. And just because y'all not seeing what I'm doing doesn't mean that I'm not doing anything. That's just like the message I really want to get across. Just because y'all not seeing it doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. Okay. There's a lot of stuff that I'm doing. And I'm so appreciative of Pastor Mike Todd. Y'all can have y'all views about him or not, but that's my pastor. And in today's message, he said, prove your expectations by your actions. And that spoke so hard to me because of just the way he was speaking on it in that moment, which y'all can go back and watch it. But that's what I'm doing. Okay. Everything that y'all are not seeing right now is preparing for stuff that you will see. Okay. Trust and believe that. I told y'all that this is my restoration season. This is where I feel like God uh is reviving old things in my life. And things that turned bad or ended badly, but I needed to go through. I'm in a relationship, whether y'all knew that or not. I'm in a relationship, a committed relationship, a long distance relationship. My man is in the Navy. It's a whole thing. He's on deployment right now. I miss him. I miss him. I got to see him before he left for deployment, which was just like a breath of fresh air. Like, ugh, just a breath, just a breath of fresh air. All smiles, all cheesy, just all lovey dovey, just everything. That man. Before we got back together, I will always say that he's the best man I have ever been with because he accepts all of me. And when I say all of me, I mean all of me. I know I am a lot. And Black women tend to get that a lot. And I've been thinking about that a lot. I know I'm saying a lot, but follow me, all right? But I've always felt like I've had to explain things. Even with him, I feel like sometimes I explain myself out of past experiences with other men who couldn't handle me and all that I have to give. And I'm just like, to the woman who is a lot, be a lot. I don't care. Just be who you are. And the right man who is for you will be able to handle all of you. Okay? All your extraness, all of it. He will be able to handle it because mine does. Okay? And when I say he does, he does. Because I've been married before, there was just a whole bunch of questions and things that I did not do right the first time that I'm trying to do right this time. Okay, so there is a lot of questions. We have very much high intelligent, emotional, intelligent conversations. And I feel like at times, again, the explaining, I feel like I have to explain myself because I'm just like, am I being too much? I always have to ask him, like, am I doing too much? Is this too much? Am I asking too much of you? And he always reaffirms me that I'm not. And again, when a man is for you, then your lot won't be a lot to him. He'll be able to handle it. And he handles it very, very well. But I'm very intentional with our relationship because I see where it's going. With my man, I am he's the one I want to be with. And he has expressed that I am the one that he wants to be with. This is not one sided. We are both on the same page. And we know that we want to be together for a lifetime. And so um I'm being very, you talking about intentional. Y'all see the intensity and intentionality that I put into this. When it comes to the people I love, when it comes to the people I love, I don't play. Okay, my love is intense. My love is very much fiery. Like it's a lot. That's all I can say. And my love can be intense. But would you rather that or my anger? Because it's either or. You know, I'm not into astrology like that, but I am a fire sign. So take that as that. So I can be fire in love or fire anger. I'd rather be this. I'd rather be this. And so it's preparing me to be a wife again. He is preparing me to love in a way that I haven't loved before. He is preparing me to hopefully hopefully give this man what he wants in having a baby girl. Okay. And I'm believing in all that. And so if I'm believing it, I have to put my action behind it. And so there are a lot of things again that I'm doing right now. There's a lot of action that I'm doing right now that is helping me prepare for that, from getting tested, like all these, the tests that you need to make sure your eggs are yes, your eggs are good, that you can have a healthy pregnancy, these things, the research of, again, just thinking about homeschooling and the type of birth I want, and I'm not really worried about where we'll live and all that in a job, because God has always provided in that sense. So I'm not really concerned on those things. But yeah, I told him, I said, I know what type of ring I want. I'll let you choose it, but I know what type of ring I want. I've looked at wedding dresses online. I haven't been in a I haven't been in a store yet, but these are things that I'm doing because I expect what I'm putting my faith in. I expect the wedding to come. I expect the ring to be on this finger, and it's just I cannot wait. I am so excited. And I told him that in my last email to him. I told him, like, when I hear from you, it's like a blazing fire. Like, it's warming my whole body up. And then as the days go by, that fire kind of dwindles down to a candle, just a candle light. But it's still a fire that's lit. Like, and it doesn't go out. And then when I hear from you again, it's just like, whew, it's just the flames go back up. Like that's how I explained it to him. Then I told him that me thinking about our future and what we're trying to achieve from just like our fun, like dates, simple things like that. Like I don't think y'all understand. I haven't. Y'all just don't understand. Like, ooh, this military life. The Navy is just a different beast. I'm used to Air Force because I was in it, and I'm used to Army, but this Navy is totally different. But I'm excited for like the vacations we're gonna be taking, the date nights, the just being in each other's presence and just being able to have fun and dance with each other and just be like with each other in a real way. It's just like I look forward to that. And I told him that's why I get so pumped. Like it's hard for me not to get excited because I have a vision for us. And when I have a vision for something, I'm just like, okay, let's go. But I'm doing the groundwork. Trust. I'm doing the groundwork, making sure that we are on the same page on a lot of things that people just don't talk about. I would never think that I would be praying so much for a man, for um, his child, his ex-wife, the mother of his child. I'm praying for her. And that is like I don't know if anybody can feel me on that, but like she has been on my mind constantly this for the past 2 weeks. And I've been praying for her. And she stayed in my prayers, as well as his whole family. And that's different. Never ever did I do that. I never seen myself ever doing that stuff like that. I know it's not easy. Whether whether the father is present or not, when you're the primary parent taking care of a child, it comes with its own challenges and things. And so I've been praying for her. And it's just like I would never think that I would be sitting up here praying in my prayers for a man's ex-wife, mother of a child. God is really doing a work in me. That's all I'm saying. It's just that God is really doing a work in me. It's already a challenge for both of us to be on this page where we're having faith and considering to getting remarried. Because when you go through a marriage, that is a death. Okay, that is like people don't understand. That is a ripping of two souls that came together, and it's just like, do you want to do that again? Do you want to be in a thing? But it's just like I was telling this to my mentee the other day. Like different people bring out different things in you. Instead of looking back on what was and what didn't work, I'm just looking at, okay, I'm taking notes from my first marriage. Like, what did I do well and what did not do? Because there was a lot of things I didn't do well. Now it's just different. I have a different expectation for myself. I have a different expectation for the man that I want to be mine forever. And so it's different. And my faith has to be different in it too. That's what's been going on. I just pray that you all, whatever your expectation is, whatever you're putting your hope and faith in, that you will put the action behind it. Like if you want something to work, it can work. If you want things to change, it can change. But you got to believe that it can. And you got to trust the process. As I am, this has been a very uncomfortable season because I have no answers, but I trust God. He always comes through. He always provides. He always shows up. And so I lean on that. I lean not on my own understanding. I lean on that. I pray that I'm waiting well. I pray that I'm being patient. I pray that I'm not uh, doing stuff outside of what He is calling me to do. Trust me, I may have it right. I may have it wrong. But whatever is the end result, I know I was obedient. Just plain and simple. I can say that I was obedient and I went in the direction that I felt in my spirit that God, the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ was telling me to go. I try not to get on here and be like, God said this, God said that. I typically say, I think God said this, or unless I know it to be for sure, you know. Um, but and people say that God don't speak that much. I don't know who y'all talking to then. Because if you tapped in, if you listening, like I said, if you listening, I'm in Ecclesiastes right now. Okay. Um, if you listening, trust me, you gonna hear something. You gonna hear something. And yeah, there's a lot that I want to speak about. Ooh, trust me, there's a lot that I want to speak about. I have content for days, to be honest. I have content for days, but it's not God until God tells me to say something about it. My mouth is closed. Okay, closed. By looking at me and what I share, hopefully it's uplifting, hopefully it's encouraging and motivating, and just showing y'all that yes, it's uncomfortable because I'm uncomfortable. Yes, it is not clear. Like the vision ain't all the way clear, but I see a glimpse. And even just a little bit, again, just the faith as a mustard seed is just like that's all you need to believe in something, to change, to shift, to go a new direction, to turn. That's all you need is a little bit of hope, a little bit of faith, and you would be surprised at how far that would take you. And so I hope that was helpful. I hope that was helpful. I just wanted to hop on and give y'all an explanation. I felt this came out very easy, and so I feel like I got God's stamp of approval on this message. But I'm here for those who know me, who's in the Denver area and everything like that. If you're seeing this and you're like, ooh, I want to talk to her more, or could you help me with some Bible study stuff or anything, like, I'm open to do whatever it is that can help people grow in their faith or understand Jesus more. That's all. I guess that's as easy as I put it, because I am not no Bible thump. Okay, I am learning how to be that. I can't quote scripture like that. I don't know the address to a lot of things that I say, but I know His word is in me. That's one of my prayers. When I do read my scriptures and stuff like that, I pray that He will engrave His word on my heart, so that in moments when I need it most, that it will come up. Y'all will see me next when God tells me to speak. That's as simple as that. I will catch y'all when I see you. All right? Love.